Welcome again, this is Tasfu. The topic for today's tutorial is definition queries. Definition queries allows us which of the available features or attributes should be selected and extracted to be displayed on the map. Or in other words, it is a way of determining which features from the attribute data need to be extracted so that we can view it on our map or screen. To illustrate this with an example now, we can now open project 2-3. As you can see from the map here, we can see there are about 54 African countries. The attribute data shows the names, their cities, and their total population and others. To create definition queries, there are different methods. We will now extract some African countries out of the 54 African countries based on predefined criteria. We have now our own criteria so that to select some African countries. For example, we may want to extract certain African countries with a population of less than or greater than certain number. And to select those countries with a population of greater than or less than certain values, what we are going to do is, and in the content pane, right-click African countries and then click Properties. Then in the Layer Properties and in African Countries window, click Definition Queries. As you can see here, there are 3 ways, but for now, click New Definition Query. Let us now extract those countries with the population, let us say, above 50 million. To do that, what we are going to do is now click here, Add Clause, and click Total Population as the field and greater than as logical operator. Now type 50 million as the value. Click Add, then Apply, and then OK. So only those records that satisfy our conditions will be extracted. Therefore, we have now 6 African countries selected: Nigeria, Ethiopia, Egypt, Congo, South Africa, and Tanzania, based on our definition query. Now let us remove this query. Open the query, then click Remove. Let's do now one more exercise. Now we want to extract African countries with a population less than 1 million. Now what we are going to do is use the same technique we did before. Click the Add Clause, then Total Population in the field. Now this time less than, and as the logical operator, type 1 million as the value. We can also add more than one clause if we have to. Then click OK, and then OK. Now records that satisfy our condition are now extracted. Now 6 African countries are now selected: Djibouti, Equatorial Guinea, Sao Tome, Comoros, Seychelles, and Cape Verde. Now delete this query again, open the query, and then hit remove. Now to use the second method, we can also use the SQL method, or structured query language, as the second method. We use this box to write SQL. To demonstrate, we will write a very simple SQL. It will be a very simple query, like name equals Ethiopia. If we now run this simple query, what it means is that out of the field named name, just pick a country named Ethiopia. That is exactly what it did. That was just a very simple one, just to demonstrate. Now just to demonstrate one other query. TOTPOP, total population less than 20 million. Now this query selected all countries with a population less than 20 million. We can write simple structured query languages to extract some features. The third method is a definition query, which is from a saved file as definition query. To demonstrate this method, I have definition query saved in my file, so let me open it. To pick those countries with a population of greater than 30 million, we can go and pick this one and go to my desktop. This way also, using saved definition queries, we can also extract some features. And the other thing worth mentioning is that we can also use arcade expressions to make categories. We can use it for simple tasks. And to use expression builder to categorize, what we want to do is categorize African countries by the number of their populations. To do that, let me go to symbology and click unique values. This is the icon for expression builder, and we click it to open the expression builder. What we will do now is categorize the 54 African countries based on our criteria. Here we have the total populations listed for each of the 54 countries. We want to categorize them according to what is shown on the screen here. For those countries with 50 million and above, we will call it very high population countries. And for those countries with population between 30 and 50, we will call it high population countries. Now we will use code. I've already prepared the code beforehand. Forget about the code for now. We will see it in the later sections. However, the code is provided below, and you can copy and paste it right here. For the name, instead of custom, choose category by population. It's a good custom to verify the code first. So verify. Now we are good to go. it has categorized the countries in the contents pane now. It has categorized the countries into 6 zones according to the number of populations and assigned them random colors. And we don't need this all other values, so go to more here and uncheck all other values, and it's gone. Thank you for watching.